Kia ora and welcome to Game 3 on Day 2 of this 2025 Trans Tasman Test Series. We've seen two incredible games, both dominant victories from the Australian sides. First with the open mix from Australia. They were down 1-0 in the series going into this one. They pegged it back. Now it's 1-1 going into tomorrow, so that's still a real humdinger of a clash that awaits us. Then we just seen the Open Women's. Yesterday, the performance from the Australian Open was extremely dominant. We wouldn't expect anything less. The New Zealand team came out with a different game plan and absolutely took it to the Aussies. Unfortunately, not enough to get the chocolates for that one. So Australia are the victors once again in the Open Women's grade. The 2025 Trans Tasman Test Series champions. And now we find ourselves, as we see the New Zealand Open men's team, as well as the referees, Kim Skelly at the back there. We've got Logan Forrester in the middle, and David Baggio, one of the best to ever lace up the boots in a referee uniform there, who will be leading this team out. The New Zealand versus Australia Open men's second game. New Zealand down 1. Reese, who joins me in the commentary. Reese Allen, mate, she's been an awesome day so far. We've seen the results just up there on screen. This one, though, the New Zealand men want to go into tomorrow with an opportunity to win the series. What are they going to have to do?
Yeah, thanks, Maya, again for the introduction. Look, it's just like the New Zealand women's team. It's a do or die situation. They've got to work hard for each other. I thought yesterday that New Zealand men's had moments in the game. They had opportunities a couple of times where the ball wasn't quite down for tries and things like that. They just need to be, it's very hard to say flawless, but you need to be in the percentages of the high 90s, not only defensive stops, completion rate, but also when you get an opportunity, you have to score.
We see there in the front, Phil Guymore, 100 tests in terms of his playing and coaching tests, the Australian coach. See him there with the blue cap on, just put his hands out. So what an honour. We talked about the achievement it was to make 50. Well, this is his 100th test cap. Again, I say it's in terms of his playing and coaching tests combined. So an amazing achievement by Phil Guymore. He's probably got as many gold medals to go with those tests too. Excellent achievement. He's going to lead this Australian team out. Reese, how did Australia beat New Zealand yesterday?
Clinical on yards, attacked smart. Their percentage was high.
Attack smart, what does that mean?
Oh, the way that they just set their tries up, they played with a little bit more flow. They had key personnel on the ball at the key times. And it's in this open grade for the men's, it's the fine margins. And Australia were just able to nail those. Although it was the 50th test for one of the co-captains, Maddie Sinclair, as I understand it. The reason why Reihana Suter-Finch is at the front there, not only Guymore coach having 100, but Reihana celebrating his 50th test for New Zealand, which is a huge mihi not only to Reihana and his whānau, but also his connections back to the east coast of the North Island, Ngāti Porou. He wee, he Ngāti, well done, bro. I'm sure your whānau and yourself are very proud, and there's your bros for life, the former New Zealand and current New Zealand touch blanks.
And then someone a lot more local, close to home, Holder Piawani, his 50th test cap too, as a coach, and that's an outstanding achievement for him. Any comms in terms of Polder and the impact that he's had on not only New Zealand touch, but touch down here in Canterbury?
Well, Polder's still coaching. He's got another gig coming up with the Youth Asia Pacific Cup, taking one of the teams there, being a Canterbury Open men's coach for many years, coaches at the school level. I believe he was coaching the under-12s or under-14s for Canterbury. Some of the local comps, just a man that gives up so much time for the sport, and especially here in Canterbury, definitely one of our stalwarts on the sidelines.
You talked about how Australia beat New Zealand. Australia, I think they still had a couple of gears left in them, which is scary. New Zealand, you talked about they need to be completing sets. Now let's talk specifically about players. Who are the 2 or 3 players that need to lead this New Zealand team to victory?
Tiwi Davies needs to get on the ball a lot more. Tuhi needs to get his dive on. Maddie Sinclair, we need chopping middles and links so he can open up his long ball off either hand. Danyan if he's playing. Excellent off the back end of yards where he can take a short side step back and pick an option. Lance Davids, defensively, hasn't had too many intercepts. That's his go-to. Gets in the lane, intercepts, can streak away. New Zealand just needs something like that to happen. Noticeably as well, Australia were in the green today. So hopefully the change in the colour goes New Zealand's way.
In terms of some changes that we got for these teams, we've got coming into the New Zealand team, we've got Harry Kirk and Hamish Foulkes. Now you rate these two coming into this team, and coming out for New Zealand is Tati Mua Tuta, and we've got Toby Snellgrove as well coming out of this team. How do you think those changes are going to impact the New Zealand team in a positive manner?
Oh, super proud of Harry Kirk making his test debut. Trialled through the summer, was called into this team due to injury. Deserves his spot, worked so hard on his physical condition. Smart player, great IQ. And Foulkes out of Otako down in Dunedin. The Lax Club, I must mention that. Both players represent Lax in tournaments, especially at Whakatane. One for Otako, Foulkes, Harry Kirk. Also, Harry locally plays for the Mighty Factory Club, and pretty sure across the globe, all those factory people, players, and the likes will be watching and wishing Harry all the best. Harry's a long baller. Get him off the right side, downwind here, going from left to right. Get him in play. Foulkes working hard. I'm really stoked for these South Island players making this Touch Blacks team.
Well, hopefully the South Island can be as successful today as they have been at our national competitions. Both teams line up. They've done this twice now. The mixed and the women's team come out. They tend to face each other, but the New Zealand and Australian teams, they line up to face the camera. Experienced operator coming out for his 50th. I talked to him about it on the Porphyry Day and just asked him, going back to your first test, which was 2012 in Mudgee, what a Trans Tasman that was for a whole bunch of reasons anyway. I said, what's the difference in terms of where things are at? He just, like everyone normally says at this stage, I know so much more, but my body isn't quite as agile as it was then. But he's incredibly proud now. He understands the honour it is each and every test, probably a little bit more than when you first get those ones. So it's fantastic to see him lead out the Kiwi team. Before we get to the national anthems, coming up tomorrow, we have the 3 tests. And again, it's on the Touch New Zealand YouTube as well as the Māori Plus, packaging those up there. But we'll almost also be going out on Whakata Māori, out on the TV there. So tune in to any of those 3 times. The start times are significantly different, and we'll show those for you after the conclusion of this game. We're starting a lot earlier tomorrow. I think 9 o'clock is the kickoff for our first one tomorrow morning. We've been kicking off at 2 o'clock. Obviously, with teams needing to travel home tomorrow afternoon on the conclusion of this. But here we see the 2 men's open teams, 2 best teams in the world for a long time, waiting for their national anthems. It's an incredible backdrop, isn't it, down at this amazing venue?
100%, and I'm biased, I come from Canterbury. Bring the World Cup here. We'll look after you down here in Te Waiponamu, world renowned for our tourism. Great facilities here at Ngā Sports Hub. The Canterbury people are renowned for looking after and manakitanga. Bring it on here. Bring it down here fit. Please bring it.
Well, you had breakfast with Peter McIntyre this morning, completely changed his game plan as a result of what you said. I'm sure tomorrow you'll tell me you've had breakfast with Joe Springers. However, the Australian national anthem is now
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Now, please, if you're able to continue standing for the national anthem from Aotearoa, New Zealand.
These two countries that are now going to go battle, they get another 3 minutes to warm up for this one. Risa was really telling in that mixed open game, in that warm-up, we could just see the energy that there was going to be a change. I was watching the women's open, not so much different from the day before. I wonder what this Australian team has in store as we look at these try-lights happening from yesterday's game. Key individual for New Zealand has to come to the front, doesn't he? E4 Jones.
E4's going to give you a couple no matter what. That's the talent of the man. We just need others to chime in here for New Zealand, and early apologies out there around the globe, but coming from New Zealand, I'm gonna try and take this one as much as I can into a third day here. I can see that the boys are pretty pumped up, but yeah, E4's a gun, but Australia are loaded up with firepower, so they've just got to work hard here defensively. It's got to start from defence in yards. Maya?
Bit of a different sort of feeling before this one. Yesterday we were both standing up 10 minutes before the game. I think we were nervous as if we were about to play. This one, after seeing, I guess, the performances of both of these two teams, it's deflated is not the right word at all, but it's sort of a little bit of worry in terms of you want them to do so well, you want them to tie the series up so we can go into an absolute humdinger tomorrow. But there's going to need to be a big lift, isn't there, from the New Zealand team. And for me, when we think about yesterday, it's accuracies in the 101s and the fundamental areas of the game, the touching positions that you get into, etc. down that avenue. So I've no doubt when you've got the smarts of Rahul Das, Michael Cavan and Polder Piawini, that they have gone back, reviewed, been really honest with themselves, and they'll come out here with a game plan that they know that can get them the chocolates at the end of this one.
Yeah, you mentioned the coaching staff, and it was a nice little gesture after the national anthem. 50 gamers, Polder Piawini and Reihana sharing a hongi, the connection and the breath of life between them. That's the connection off the field. They just need to be connected on the field in every facet of this game. Touch Blacks, open men's are going into war to save this series and take it into a third day. It's got to come off the defensive end. They've got to stop Australia and their momentum on attack, and here we go. They get the tap off. It's a great crew already looking out there, and the speeders on the ball. Maddie Sinclair leadership, taking the ball forward. That's what it's got to be like.
I hope he's on the ball a whole lot more than he was yesterday. For me, he's the best attacker in the country. His footwork, his speed, pass it both ways.
Tiwi Davies here. As I said, he needed to be on the ball, so the right people were out there on the field, but good defence from Australia as they work the ball down the field. Very good late footwork. That's where the fundamentals of this game are. They go late, they stay low, they drive the ball. Late cut in here for a drive off. Last touch. Here they come. No, that was touch 4. Last touch here. Scoop on the short side, going open. Long ball off the left, forward pass.
There's good work there from Francis Morrison, wasn't it, to get up and really stop that momentum. I think that was on the 4th touch. So they've defended that set well. Wouldn't have been the attacking set they wanted to, though. They're in the game now, both teams, New Zealand and Australia.
Yep, player there with number 16. Great energy. Looks like he's on debut as well. I'm not too sure if he is, but great yardage package there from Australia. Once again, you'll get used to that common theme. Australian teams just love to go forward and complete sets. Here comes Willison on the ball. Davids again on the hard latch. Engages the link in the middle. Great scoop off the last into a passive play. Turner, great set. Great completed set by New Zealand. Good start.
Excellent set. Lance Davids, we didn't see that enough from him yesterday. It's what we come to expect nationally. So it's great to see that he started this game a lot better. And here it is. First opportunity for New Zealand. Mistake by number 12, Malcolm Kenny. Uncharacteristic by him. They don't need to play these games.
Yep, Turner getting in front. Good defence coming off the back of yards. He's the bigger body in the New Zealand lineup. As they come back to the left-hand side here. Davids on the splitter. Looking for the step back. Good defence again. Nice and control on the goal line by Australia. Danian checking back. Looking to get the 32 peel. Early release onto the outside. Oh, that's unlucky. New Zealand creating an opportunity there on this near side to the screen.
What was the call for that one?
I believe it was off the mark. They're playing off the mark. Roll ball though, so I'm not too sure.
I like the way they sequenced that, didn't they? In terms of going back to the well, showing a different, going to a different part of that move. So good work there. Morgan Puterangi again yesterday, probably quieter. Here we have that intercept for 50 caps. Sure, we don't have to run to one end, from one end to the other.
Ray Hunter played really well yesterday. Thought he was one of the top end players for New Zealand, playing just as good in his 50th test as he was in the mid-20 odds. Great work there from the New Zealand. The wingers are good here. Just got to trust in the system. New Zealand on the last touch, looking for the wrap. Late cut there, forcing shutdown defence. Australia hold and look to check it off to the wing.
Poihipi, another one, had a strong performance yesterday. Penalty, just not giving the ball back. We've seen a number of the New Zealand teams giving away these piggyback penalties, just hard enough to defend them with 6. Don't need to give them 10 extra yards. Good lift here from both New Zealand teams. Another strong set from Australia. There's my man there, Harrison Griffin, the number 1. He is absolutely outstanding. Had a great game yesterday. Looking forward to seeing what he brings to this one.
Unlucky there from Australia. Looking to attack this left side into a passive play out to the right-hand side of the field. Ball down though, unlucky. New Zealand, turnover ball, driving the ball through with their leadership. Maddie Sinclair out of the loaded club. Counties Manuko.
Trying to suck another penalty there for offside, didn't get it. You can see there Coach Das into referee Baggio's ears. Completed the set though, a lot of ticks at the start of this one there, Reece.
Yep, good completion set. New Zealand 4 from 4. Australia only making one mistake. There's a real battle on our hands here. No early tries. As yesterday we've seen off tap-offs, early tries. New Zealand are in this battle. They just got to hang in there. Australia looking to work to the middle. 3-3 option there. Fed the dumper into the link play. Diving touch by Turner and doesn't make it.
I think we'll see in the replay, Avian Jones just gets beaten on the outside, and he just makes Turner just hold a little bit longer to try and give Avian a little bit more of a chance. And we talk about millimetres, we've seen it there. He didn't cut his fingernails. I reckon that would have been a touch. So that is how small the margin is in these games between a touchdown or a touch. But I like the energy from Davids and the way he's come out to start this one.
Touchbacks need to hit back here. middle of the field. I like the way that they're really looking at their zone here. Here's Kirk. Kirk will want to come back to the ball. Davids will look for a plant. Harry Kirk, he really wants that 32 platform. Has to stay here at link. Chops his hole, opens up the wing. Played at by the Australian winger. New Zealand are going to get a fresh set. I'd really like to see the ball come to this right-hand side of the field so we can get a right-hand long baller in this game.
Who is that right-hand long baller for you, Reece?
Well, Harry Kirk, he's bread and butter there. And we've got a quick, is that a quickie on the wing?
Sure is, for his 50th test. The only thing more than a touchdown Reihana would have wanted is a victory in this one. Just not expecting it. You see the body angle there from the winger. He made the touch and there was shoulders in rather than shoulders out, not cornering at all. And Reihana gets the ball down. Well done. They hit back.
Social touch, Bearwood Park. John Langahuna feeding Reece Allen in the corner on a 2-1 split. Sass from the Bay of Plenty coming out of the Aswan Club. He'll be laughing the house down at the moment. Love to see your co-pupper as well, my bro, as Australia look to hit back here with the fresh set from the tap-off. Good defensive profile there from Willison. Beautiful defence on the goal line. They're very connected, the touch blacks at the stage.
Hennessy off to Griffin. Griffin to ground. Just the last touch one there. Not at their polished best as they normally are. When I seen Griffin and Hennessy come out, I was thinking, jeepers, New Zealand, they need to watch out here. Good defence though.
Beautiful work here by New Zealand, driving the ball down. E4 Jones, not just an attacker, but also works hard on the latch hit here. Hard drive here by Jones, the younger brother, gets in the ruck. Beautiful drive there on the last touch. Drawing the penalty.
Pretty easy call there for referee Skelly. It's been elevated into this game. A second test, originally in the mixed.
Loving the personnel here. We've got a diver off the left and a long baller on the right here, the New Zealand touch blacks. Second penalty.
Not moving forward, 2 in a row. Third one, Australia will find themselves reduced to 5 players, looking to go the short side. Gets an in goal. Ooh, I wonder if he had to release. Must have been the touch was on early in the set. You happy with that, Reece?
Yeah, I've actually been impressed with Raiki and his ability to be an all-round player. Known as a defender, but had an opportunity to maybe hold the ball and get into the end goal, but Australia get the ball back from that mistake, and they're working really hard here. Loving the work at link, lifting hard. Australia looking to come back this side. Unfortunate there by Kirk, got in the lane. He'll be disappointed in that. He probably had an opportunity to catch that one.
Kai, the number 10 from Australia, just put a real energy into that set. Couldn't quite get the finish. Here he is again with the ball. Looking to get a quickie here. Gets it back, steps off his left. He's going to go short. Good defence here from the New Zealand team. Kirk and Foulkes being in the same pod and sort of not playing yesterday. It'll be interesting to see how they come into this one. Good intercept there. You'd expect that.
High quality player, Barnett. Finn played at the top level for a long time now. Still sharp. Drives the ball forward from a winger, multi-purpose player. And here we go. New Zealand will look for a drive here. Turner here off the right. Daniel looking to work the middle of the field. Feeds the split up on a quick dive there. Great defence again by Australia. 1-1. 9 minutes gone in this first half, and it's anyone's game at this stage.
Man, what length there from Foulkes. One moment he's 6 metres off the scoreline. The next minute, the ball touching the white line. Good defence, Australia, and then straight into their work through the area of the field that they own in every grade. Norman now on.
Australia looking to take off to the strong side. Gets into the in goal. Oh, they'll be disappointed in that, creating an opportunity, Australia. Slight breakdown in defence from New Zealand, but they've got away with that. It's still 1-1 as Davids drives the ball forward for Reihana. Good first 2 touches. That's touch 3. Harry Kirk driving the ball forward on touch 4. Here we go. Matty Sinclair drives. Huey Davis fakes the right, goes back to the left. Great completed set, draws a penalty. Great attack set from New Zealand.
Forward pass, unfortunately, not a penalty for New Zealand. One for Australia. They defended that well. I wonder if that was a touch early. Was that the 5th that they scooped on there?
Yeah, it was the 5th, and I just saw the Australians go back, hence the reason why I thought there was a penalty to New Zealand, but they were just getting set to come off the back fence as New Zealand work hard on defence here. Couple slipping already. Out of half. 6 touches. But just winning the field position at the moment, Australia. They're getting better opportunities off the back end of sets than New Zealand at this stage. A slight edge at the moment, although it's 1-1.
I felt Dylan Hennessy, some call him the GOAT, was a bit quiet yesterday. Quiet again today. Do you think that's because he doesn't need to be brought in the game, or what's your thoughts there?
He'll be picking his time to come into this game at a 1-0 lead in this series. As a check back, 6 touches there. I actually if I had my last dollar, I would have put it on him not playing this game and giving someone else a go, but obviously understands you don't change a winning team, and they're playing really well at the Australians, but they're in a battle here at 1-1. Australia looking to drive. I like this centre field platform here. Last touch, feeds the splitter, back to the left-hand side, early dive. Great touch again by New Zealand.
He's a threat though, isn't he? The number 10 for Australia, Kai Sibbelin. He's shown it in the last 2 times he's been down this attacking end. Kiwi's going to have to keep an eye on him.
New Zealand need to keep the energy high there. 12 minutes into this game, foot speed's gone down a wee bit. Need a little bit of injection of some speed here. Davids will provide it. Gets the half weight. Coming over the half, looking for another drive here. Danyan looking to scoop the short side. Goes back to the left-hand side here. Late cut. Played out by Australia. Better flow from New Zealand coming off touch 4 into 5.
David's energy is clear to see. It's so different from yesterday. Yesterday seemed, I don't know if it was missing or anything like that, but he's clearly come out and he's added real energies to this New Zealand team. Sinclair sets up with Davies. Again, 2 players yesterday, too quiet for my liking. When the quality of those two, particularly Matty, needs the ball in his hands. And we see why here, just a simple follow play. Sets that up nice and easy. And New Zealand get across for the 2nd touchdown.
Yeah, Kane just slipping over there on that follow play. Allowed Davids to score quite easily there. New Zealand take a lead, 2-1. Heavy touch. First one we've seen in the open men's grade, really.
Yeah, it was a Hollywood, but rightly so. There was no need for that type of touch. They weren't under any pressure. 2nd touch of the set. Just giving them a piggyback downfield. We talked about Hennessy. He must have heard me say he's been a bit quiet. Norman comes in, throws a massive right to left.
Great extra effort there by Harry Kirk on the tap back. Most links can tend to be a wee bit lazy there, but extra effort. Great work from the factory player. Hennessy back on the ball. Looks for an early dive. Not too sure what Raiki was up to there, but hey, the touch has been made. New Zealand with the turnover. Completed set by Australia. Battle continues. Turner drives the ball to half.
I wouldn't advise Francis Morrison to make that touch too often on Dylan Hennessy like that. He nearly ate him up. Obviously, he got into a bad position. New Zealand get away with it, though. Now Terry Davis with the ball. They go right. Ifeon Jones looks out. Held the Finn Barnett. Goes in for the beautiful one there. It was a great finish there by Finn Barnett, but set up by Ifeon Jones. And when I say set up, just how deep he goes into the line before he releases this pass. If he releases it too early, the wing would just head out there. The number 2 from Australia, James Courtney. He doesn't. He holds him there for an extra second.
We talked about combinations. Tiwi Davis on an early release to E4. E4 takes it to the line. He's the danger on a dive. Winger collapse. Bang. Easy pass to Finn Barnett out of the Waikato region. Playing nationals there. Beautiful try. 3-1 lead. Here we go, New Zealand. You're in this one. Early follow play as well. Great touch. Tiwi Davis, he's in this game. I called it at the start of the game. He really needs to be prominent. All those players we talked about, Maya, are taking a lead in this game, and that's the reason why we're seeing New Zealand at a 3-1 lead here.
One of the key themes I was taking away, as we watch Australia here, attack on the last, I think it is, they just need to defend this one. Again, those are killers, I just feel, Reece. There was nothing on. They started, the defence was set. Someone overread. It's too far away, needed to step up that little bit further so their pass couldn't have been released, but well done, Australia, able to exploit again, just those margins so small, but a quality side like this Australian team can make hay when you give them any opportunity. Sinclair back out, 3-2 New Zealand.
Yeah, relatively soft one there from New Zealand. Hopefully we can see Harry Kirk on the ball here. He's a real baller here. Yep, they're looking to work to the right-hand side. Split a play on the middle of the field. Great defence there from Australia. E4 Jones, he's the danger off the left. Kirk off the right. Sinclair is also dangerous. Here comes Jones on a sweep, looking for the bounce play. And that's ball down.
They're breaking the defence down, which is good. You've seen there Matty Sinclair standing in about 10 metres of space with no Australian defender around him. So I'm sure E4 has just locked that picture away, and he'll go back to that one.
Number 16 there streaks away. Bailey, he's got really good speed on the ball on this wing here. Physically built. Was able to create an opportunity down the edge on the yards. Good honesty there by Suda.
Took the opportunity to, I guess, score with what New Zealand offered up. Those touchdowns shouldn't really happen at this level, right, Reece?
The last two, Maya, New Zealand will be disappointed in terms of how well they've played and to let those two in. But once again, we've got the hot hand here. Davids has been strong in this first part of this game. Hits Davies on a peel. Goes for the long ball option off the right hand. Maybe not the right play there.
Two things that come out of yesterday in terms of when I was talking to a number of the people who had watched this game, and they felt that New Zealand probably lost it rather than Australia won the game. And the other thing was around, in that first 4 to 5 minutes, it was clear that New Zealand had a game plan. They implemented it perfectly. They were up 2-0. And then it seemed like they sort of almost went back to provincial stuff rather than sticking to the game plan. So hopefully they can trust the game plan, this New Zealand team.
Great defence. Great switch out there by the two middle players from New Zealand. Hamish Foulkes. Also Avion Jones. Great communication.
Oh, that's fantastic there from Poihipi. I was just about to say that they've become quite predictable in their exits, just going to the sub box and using 3 up before halfway. That time Poihipi though. Really intelligent head on his shoulders. We see him again here. Do they get one back? They sure do. We just talked about touchdowns that shouldn't be happening at this level. Combinations, Poihipi, E4 Jones.
It's been the sneaky ones. Once again, a little sneaky tap there by E4 Jones. He's just not a diver and a passer, but very, very smart. The Waikato connection out of the Waitere Touch Club. Little cheeky one. And Poihipi goes in, and now New Zealand back in the lead, 4-3.
I wouldn't want to be in the review, in the wingers part of the review for the Australian team. We've seen 2 touchdowns. It should have never happened. Lovely pass out to this right-hand side. When Finn Barnett is 2 metres away from where the touchdown's put down, you know the work inside by the Australian team has been exceptional. Norman just passes it up to Christopher Lennon. Great left to right pass and dot down there. James Courtney evens things back up. Good contest we have here though, Reece.
Oh, it's on, Maya. Both teams are playing very well at the moment, and Australia are up for it, but so are New Zealand. We're in the battle here. Anzac Test doesn't get any better than this. Australia defensively will look to be strong again. New Zealand trying to get the ball. Kirk's worked his way to the middle of the field. Checks it off again. Jones is sweeping. Fakes him on the in.
Surely next time you come down, he just fakes that follow pass, goes straight through and looks to link up next time. Roiki Willison.
100% Willison will be looking for that on the next one. Dummy the threat. Look for yourself. It's not a selfish play. It's the smart one. Australia look good here coming into the last minute of play. As they drive in here, there's a heavy touch. I was just going to say that.
I don't think Francis wants to continue with that tactic. It's the 3rd hard touch that he's done. The 2nd one he's been penalised for.
Forced sub. Referee sent him straight to the sub box. Grab a drink bottle. New Zealand in the play of the ball there. Let to go away with it by Bergio. Willison makes the touch. Shutdown defence from Matty Sinclair. Not there in time.
No, normally an excellent defender. He normally reads the play perfectly well. You could see this play unfolding, and Matty just unfortunately on his heels and left a millisecond too late. And again, we've talked about the margins with this Australian team. You give them an inch and they absolutely take a mile. They exploit every opportunity they can. 5-4 Australia back in the lead. 10 seconds to go in this first half. David wants them to come forward, and here's this gameplay that Australia do. They know that they can get the half-time clock here simply by giving 3 penalties away. Different tactic here by referee Scully. Good game, men's open, second game on day 2, the last one we have in front of us. 5-4 going into this half-time break. Come back where we see who will be the victors. Will New Zealand keep the series alive, or will Australia finish it here?
You'll find the perfect balance of experiences in Orthotahi Christchurch. Some you'd expect and others you wouldn't. We'll bring you closer to what you love and surprise you along the way. Grow with us.
Welcome back to the halftime break between the open men's teams from both New Zealand and Australia. It's been a fantastic first half. The scoreline suggests how close it has been. Australia just getting across in that last minute again. They seem to do this so often in all of the grades. You see here some of the try lights. The first one, millimetres away for the first touchdown for the Australian team. Reece, what's one of the things you think the Kiwi team are doing better in this game than they had in the first yesterday?
Press defence. They're getting in front of the player. They're not allowing Australia on yards to get to the side, but their attack looks a lot sharper. That's why they've got the 4 tries already in this game, and there's been a couple of cheeky ones, but they've been smart there. You can see David on the follow there. Although the Australian player slipped over, Tiwi there on the ball. E4, as I've said before, he's going to give you a couple, but it's where you're least expecting it. There's been cheeky ones like that, the one down the wing on the quick tap. On the other side of it, Australia, still clinical.
Yeah, well, Australia winning 5-4, but I wouldn't say as clinical as normal, and I definitely would say that other than the scoreboard, the game has been really even. What do you think the coach, Phil Guymoy's had 100 test caps? What do you think he's saying to the Australian team? I don't believe he'll be very impressed with that first half.
Yeah, well, they've got such high standards, you know, the professional unit, any Australian side, but this open men's, they're the pinnacle of the sport, and history says that. So he'll just be telling them, get this New Zealand men's team in a yardage battle and roll through them. That'll be what he's saying, and the attack will come off the back of the yards with their speed. But New Zealand has got to work hard. You've got 20 more minutes to keep the series alive.
Morgan Puterangi, for me, has come into this, Daniel, as well as Matty Sinclair seems to have his hands on the ball a little bit more. But Lance Davids, for me, has been that energiser bunny for this New Zealand team. And for me, that's what I think you would expect of him. That's his personality. So it's great to see that those players from yesterday have taken a more of a leading role. It's what needs to happen. The inclusion of Kirk's been fantastic. We're seeing Folks as well. I just think there's probably been 3 or 4 unnecessary penalties given away from the New Zealand team. And you invite the Australian team down. They never turn down an invitation. And this one, they get to start the second half up by 1, 20 minutes to go. New Zealand Open Men's, can they keep the series alive, or does it finish here today?
Got to start strong here, New Zealand defensively. Australia looking to pull the middles apart. 33 Peel looking to go back to the short side. Great defence by Davids and Poihipi. Raiki Willison on the lift, chopping, balls away. Oh, just a beautifully constructed try here by Australia. As we go to the replay, it's a 3-3 option, splits out to the right. Turner lifted into the lane, was beaten, which meant that the winger for New Zealand had to come in, and it was a simple run-catch pass there by the Australian team, and they've kicked away to a 6-4 lead.
Yeah, not to start. The Kiwis would have won a great start there from Australia. That man, Harrison Griffin, key component for that touchdown. 32, fake the peel. Now they're going out to his left-hand side. Great putback, and gives it the old slam dunk, does Finn Barnett. We see it here again on replay. Throws the long ball out. How he got it away in time, no idea. Excellent put down there in support was Tiwi Davies to get one back straight away. Both teams come out all guns firing. Kai, number 10 for Australia, he was key in that first 10 minutes.
Yeah, Australia here after that try. They got a 6-5 lead, but they'll be looking to solidify the lead again. Split a play. There's Davids again, trying to get the intercept in the lane.
Jeepers, did you see that little bit of skill he just put on there? I'm not sure he's in the right sport.
He's in the right sport, all right, and he's going to bring this one home for New Zealand as Australia look to continue to attack there. Great connection from defence there.
Where was this yesterday from Kai? Like, his energy, his footwork, it just seems to be going at a different pace to everyone else. Gets the ball back here. Good lift from Matt Turner. Just close that one down. 32 Peel. Then they go long. He's trying to tell him he didn't touch the ball. Referee Scully wasn't having a bar of it. Fresh set now for Australia. What can Griffin do? See Norman with the ball.
Play will be based around him. There's the Peel. Early release to the outside on a diving Jones. Is unable to make the touch there. And Australia walk in again. Every time New Zealand have been hitting back and getting this game within one, Australia find the attack, the right attack. There's Jones there on the defence. Can't make the touch. Beautifully set up try for Australia.
I don't know if you heard it live, but Lance Davids, he was telling his middles that was about to happen. His comms were clear, he could read what was coming, but unfortunately the middles weren't able to react to that communication.
Morrison here working with Matty Sinclair. Harry Kirk peels away for an early dive. Great work from the local lad. Harry Kirk out of the factory in the Lax clubs here in New Zealand. Canterbury stalwart in the open men's. Here they go, New Zealand. He goes to plant. There's a no touch and takes off. Gets a beautiful low sliding dive. Well done, Harry Kirk, scoring on your debut.
I tell you what, you score a touchdown like that outside Peter Norman, should be worth an extra few points. You know, he's so hard to beat defensively. Needed to hit back, need to stay close. They could defend this, well, at least not give a repeat set away. It's been what's killing them so far. Australia come back to this right-hand side. There's the touch made. Referee says it was.
Little Sonny Bill play there with the backhand. Any other day of the week, but from the good defence, that would have been a try. Another good set of defence from New Zealand. They're in the fight. They're putting up a great fight here. New Zealand can really feel the vibe. I know you're all watching from your screens, but the battle is hot here at Ngāi Sports Hub. I can tell you that.
Tell you what, the wingers and the links are really doing a job here for this New Zealand team. Poihipi defensively making great decisions, as well as Suda. And we see Davids, his energy, his comms. Good yards coming on from the sub-box. Sinclair releases it out to the right. Late cut. Can he link up? Out long. Barnett. Oh, good defence, Australia. Well done. And number 12, Malcolm Kenny. Once again showing his defensive prowess. Good lift here from New Zealand so far. Third touch, still inside their defensive half for Australia. 4 now. Need to stop this one. Seen him there. Kai just plants that one. Excellent set. Oh, no. Must be doing a play through. This is going to go back to be a penalty. Not too sure about that penalty, to tell you the truth. However, referee has given Australia another 6 touches.
I'm sure you'll be having your briefing after the game with the referees, Maya.
Nothing.
Australia continue to attack here.
Nothing to do with the referees.
And here we go. Australia on attack. Reset from that penalty. Getting to that splitter platform again the 3-2, where they bring the player and he splits between the player of the ball and the dummy half. Ineffective at this stage. Australia coming back off the right here. Looking to go short side, squares up the defender. Gets into the in goal. Underhand pass. Ball down. Referee, I think there might be a stoppage in play here. No, yeah, he's saying he's dropped it. Referee's call there.
Here's the replay. It looks spectacular here. The pass comes back. You see our Australian player sliding along. Oh, yeah, no, excellent call. Definitely wasn't controlled when it went to the ground. Right in the perfect spot for that one.
Great work, just a little bit off the ball there. And that led to a check off there. Should have just driven in there, New Zealand. That's the first mistake they've made in quite some time. Let's hope it's not costly for them.
Well, yeah, history would say Australia are going to march down here and score another touchdown.
Here we go. New Zealand need to be strong here. Great physical touch by Barnett. Middles are going to need to work hard here. Looks like Willison and Jones in the middle of the field. Australia come back off the right hand. Great defence again by Suda. Believe there's going to be a penalty at halfway for 7 on illegal subbing.
Yeah, just really weird, right? Obviously, we had 4 touches between those subs taking place. The refs are calmed up. Interesting to see why it takes so long to get to that point.
50 tester. Reihana Suta. Tapping the ball there. Piggyback down the field here. Loving the personnel coming on. Davies again. Puterangi. Davids has been strong in this game. Puterangi looking for the passive play. Not there. Goes back to Morgan Puterangi. Drives the ball. Davids on the peel. Early dive. Going to call him forward. Pass off the ruck there.
A lot of penalties in the last few sets here in this game. 7-6. He's pretty intense. A lot of time on the clock, but both teams will be knowing it's dwindling away for New Zealand. Wanting to get back on even terms. Last touch. Need to defend this one, and they do really well. Australia looked very likely. We've got a double penalty there. Ball being thrown away. New Zealand gets a start. 25 metres upfield, just straight to the sub-box. This is the predictability that I was saying that sort of wasn't in the first game. It's definitely in that second game. And maybe the Gassons, they just need to get some subs on.
Yeah.
Sinclair again asking the questions without saying a single word.
Sinclair's going to look to get to his left hand here. Don't be surprised if it's a long ball. Goes to Jones, though, on the split-up. Feeds him back. Straight away, tap on to New Zealand. Opportunity here. What a diving touch by the Australian winger. Looks like he's picked up an injury.
That is outstanding defence from Christopher Lennon. I'd already jotted that touchdown down because it just looked like acres of space. He came in to make the shutdown, turns around, gets all the way back out there, gets a boot in the face. I'm going to say that's the play of the game there from the Australian winger. Christopher Lennon stopped the unstoppable.
Can almost put him down for a try in the positive, saving that one. That would have taken it to 7-all. Here they go. Logan Forrest, the referee, calls on a heavy touch there.
Penalty-a-thon continues in this one with 10.5 to go. Norman gets on the outside. Well done. Good chase down there by you for Jones.
Still looks quick. Still very dangerous, Norman, with the ball in his feet. Here they go, Australia. New Zealand need to be strong. Sinclair pulls his corner. Early lift. Jones comes out, gets released. And unfortunately, Morrison couldn't get there.
Look at the replay and look at this pass. We just had this called forward down the other end. Exact same thing happens here. And I know it's a coach killer when you feel the same thing happens, but that's an excellent line run by the 11. Hayden Moffat out by 2.
New Zealand again need to chase here. Kirk's played very well in his test debut for the Touch Black men's. Going out to the right-hand side. Jones is a dangerous diver. Avion, the younger brother, great defence, just getting in that passing lane. A little bit lackadaisical on that attacking set from New Zealand. Here go Australia, driving the ball as per usual down the field. Landbridge has been strong. Coming out of Dawson, the Dragons. Very good player, 15 tests for the mixed. Elevated, some might say, elevated to the open men's. Rightly so. New Zealand get the attacking set here. Willison sets and gets off. Davids. Puterangi. Little clunky. Setting the play. Coming back to Morgan Puterangi. Plants the ball. Davids on the sweep. Early release back. Left hand long ball.
Every set, it feels like in the second half, I'll get off this train after I say this, is either ended in a touchdown or a penalty.
Yeah, Puterangi, Turner and Reihana Suta are going to need to be strong here in this set on this near side box. There they go. Turner lifting. Morgan Puterangi there at link. looking to work hard on defence, needs to make this touch, needs to help his middle. There goes Turner, pulls back to his link. Australia are on the drive. Dingo play. Turnover ball, but it's good field position.
That whole set, Australia looks like they're set up in one line, single file, and just sprinting straight down the middle of the field. It was quite intimidating here from the sub-box, just seeing them come so direct. Great stop from New Zealand. They look very likely. Poihipi once again making 20 metres where most would make 10. Strong drive, Morrison. Sinclair picks it up, goes out to the passive. Davis steps off his left. Couldn't be caught by Bailey Yassay. Gets across, gets New Zealand back 8-7, Reece.
We talked about Sinclair and Tiwi Davies, the leadership group of this New Zealand touchback side, being more prominent on the ball. Beautiful feet. Great work from Tiwi Davies there, getting the ball. He's been playing a controlled game, but he's got such firepower. Got to get him in the game more. Beautiful try. They fight back again, the touchback men's. Here we go, lads. 7 minutes to go. Mistake by Australia. A little bit of a momentum shift here, Maya.
Sure is. I was just looking at the box, and the coaches there in the box, nice and calm. They're just trusting the process, trusting the lads to go out there and implement what it is. David's excellent game so far, mate. New Zealand going to get up. Putarangi as well. Now Morrison. That looked like a very short 7 metres on that one.
Completed set. New Zealand in the grind here, working hard. I was really hoping they might come to Kirk off the left hand, but went through the middle of the field. Morrison, apologies to the Morrison whānau as well, and the Willison whānau. Very similar in stature and looks. Here they go, Australia. Gee, they just look so sharp. Beautiful footwork. Gets into the in goal. Player releases himself away from the defence. Gee, you think you're in the fight, Maya, and it's just time and time again. The Australian men's, they just get to your goal line and they can go through you like knife through a butter. Beautiful way that their player there just freed himself up for the early check off there. Luke Kane, he's been strong in this game.
Back up by 2, Australia. 6 minutes to go. New Zealand pivotal set that last one. Have another opportunity though. Sinclair's been good. What has he got now? E4 Jones, they decide to go short side. Well defended there from Australia. Offside call. You wonder if it was a play through touchdown. Excellent opportunity again though for New Zealand as they set things up here. For Jones, does he get it back? He does. Looks to step left. Sinclair, nice save there from Griffin. Phase play. Oh, unfortunately couldn't get the pass out.
Here we go. Sinclair, the right personnel on the board here. Jones on the short ball, looking for the pump fake. Australia play at the ball there. Here's a recount. Sinclair runs off really fast, gets fresh legs on.
Davies, E4 and Sinclair on. Really attacking pod, wasn't it? You're throwing all your cards in.
Davids. Yeah, great defence from Australia here. Ball still live. Australia sitting back on their heels a wee bit here. Referee Forrester lifting them off the line. Stormer play. Jones with the pump fake. Looks to hit the winger.
Finn Barnett, the contortion he does with his body.
New Zealand really opening up the playbook here. They're attacking much better than yesterday. Davids, he'll look to set a platform. Checks back to Jones. E4 Jones, he's the danger. Here's the Waikato combination here with Jones and Davies. Out of Pearl Jam, Davids looks to get the half. Feeds Jones, no, goes to Davies. Davies on the short ball. E4 Jones on the dive, throws the ball up into the lights. Beautiful setup, the hot hands of this game, and we demanded at the start of the game. Jones and Davies, David doing his job, gets around with the pump fake short ball. Ball down, beautiful try, New Zealand.
Yeah, it had to come, didn't it? They threw everything at them. Australia, to that point, had done well to repel it. But when you've got that much attacking threat out there, can they hold them here? This is a key set. We've got Sinclair on, fantastic defender. Putarangi working with him, just slipping over that juice, starting to take effect. We've seen it on a couple of tries, crucially. Oh, fantastic lift there from Nat Turner. Oh, not surprised. Sorry, surprising penalty there. Now he's being heading off. Referee saying that he did that intentionally and shut down that opportunity. Now the New Zealanders down to 5. Now getting a full complement going on the short side. Ooh, second touch.
That one's going to be slowed down on
Yes,
there. That's going to be slowed down on footage for a long, long time. Great touch, Matty Sinclair. Back in your home here, lad. Great captaincy so far by the leadership group. Inside ball, another great defensive set. Didn't check off on the follow. Great defensive set from the captain, number 3, Matty Sinclair. Kirk takes it forward.
Yeah, Australia missed out on a touchdown there. I thought that Australian player beat Matty Sinclair to the line. It's not
Here we go, Puepi down the edge here, Maya. Sorry to chime in over the top of you. Questions being asked from both sides here. They know how important this position can be. Looks like it's going to go the New Zealand way.
Yeah, I'm staying away from the refs. Australia have the ball here now. March up the middle, and this is what you have to have, right, in terms of that resilience. Regardless of whatever you feel is happening out in that space, back to process, do your hearts out. Go back, be more accurate. Australia now, get down this right-hand side. Oh, good double touch there from Tiwi Davies. Australia just completing 9-8. It's right there for both teams, isn't it?
Tiwi's been excellent this game. Can really be proud of his effort. Him and his whānau driving the ball forward. Look at that. That's just extra effort. Where he's finding it, we don't know. Jones checks off. Plenty of touches up their sleeve here in New Zealand. On the scoop, Matty Sinclair. He's been out there for a few sets. Quick rest, quick water and back out there. Big set for New Zealand coming up defensively. If you're a New Zealand supporter and you're watching, get on your feet and kick the boys home there as Australia drive the ball again down the middle of the field.
No penalties. It has to be the order of the day. Cannot be giving this Australian team a piggyback up the field. 5th touch, last to go. Just need to be strong, and they were. Well done, New Zealand. That's one of those non-accidental, accidental hits in the back.
Get up, Harrison, out of the Waihora Rugby Club. You don't take those ones. Great defence from the link there on debut. Here he goes again, sweeping the ball, driving the ball. Wow, excellent work from the local lad. New Zealand get 3 to the half. David's on the ball, latches the middle. Morgan Putarangi, here we go, great drive. Scoops the short side, doesn't step back, takes the outside. Check back in from Davies, wrapping around, taken to the outside.
Davies had no right to get that initial pass away. I thought it was going to happen. We'd have a touchdown with 20 seconds to go. This New Zealand team, the lift from yesterday has been incredible. A couple of things have not gone their way, but they just haven't let that affect them. Australia, though, to their credit, once again, had a better Kiwi team come up against them. They know this game is in hand with 6 seconds to go. Just using, it's almost like seeing pick and go in a rugby game. These last few touches, I imagine this ball's going to find its way miles over the sideline. It isn't. The clock's gone. The Australians want the hooter. Can New Zealand pull out a miracle? Come back to this left-hand side. Players need to get behind the ball if they want to.
The referee's going to call it back. The crowd has escalated. It's a huge crowd down here at Ngā Sports Hub. But unfortunately, the referee's going to bring it back for a shepherd. Where the defensive player, the attacker, got in the way, and it's a runaround. Oh, that would have brought the house down. Oh, for the series on an Anzac Test series. Let that one go to drop off. It's a fair call though, Maya, I must say. What an excellent exhibition of touch that we've seen here, Maya. If you're going to show kids how to play this game and how to strive for the highest of level, you show them that game. Awesome touch, even though New Zealand have lost the series, an amazing exhibition of our game.
9-8, Australia over New Zealand. The 2025 Trans Tasman Test Series champions. Once again, New Zealand, valiant effort. Couldn't quite get to where they needed to be. Well done, Australia. And there we have it. Just a big shout out to everyone who's joined us here today on day 2 of this Test Series. From from New Zealand, Australia, and all around the world. You have not wasted a moment of your time. 3 incredible games. Day 2, 3 tomorrow. Don't go anywhere, particularly for the first game. We've got the New Zealand Open mixed up against Australia, and what will be the decider for the only series still alive. We kick off that one at 9 a.m. We then have the Open Women's game at 10 past 10, and after seeing the New Zealand Open Women's really strive for better standards and what they did today, I'm sure that one's going to be a close one. And what we've just seen, you can't get much closer than that from our New Zealand Open men's. They'll be up at 20 past 11 to, I'm sure, win the third one. So enjoy your night, but don't be too far away when it hits 9 o'clock tomorrow, where we'll see 3 more outstanding games. Thank you and goodbye.